Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, and it's time for the Sicilian Corner. I love it. I hope you guys do too. Lou, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
What's going on the island?
We broke a rule today, though, and you pointed it out beforehand. This great lineup of guests, we didn't get any food.
No food.
No food.
No food.
That's your responsibility, by the way.
I screwed up.
Yeah.
There's no question. There's no question about it. It won't happen again, will it?
If we had known, we would have definitely brought.
See, it's not the same if I have to ask.
Oh, I see.
It's when it's presented as a token of appreciation.
You're right. We should have thought.
Am
to
I
bring
right?
Something.
I promise you next time.
Next time.
Really?
Next time.
Louis, write it down.
Something special.
All right. It's called Grazie. Grazie restaurant.
I'm familiar.
Grazie's Italian restaurant.
Yep.
Well, anyway, Lou, Red Sox coming to life.
Until recently. The
Well,
last couple games.
You know, they're making it. It's fun. It's good to watch. You know, the pitching is coming along, and
Did you watch the other night with Bill Burr on?
yeah,
That was so funny.
That was
enjoyed
great.
the hell out of that broadcast.
I know that was comical.
It was
That
fun.
was comical.
Yep.
Well, as you know, folks, the Sicilian Corner, we're back, and we're focused on the Merrimack Valley area. And what we talk a lot about food, we talk about restaurants, and what's going on, special events that are happening. And, you know, something, going back to our roots, the way we started off 22 years ago. 22 years ago. I'd like to introduce our guest this morning, the lovely, who didn't know whether she should wear glasses or not, Cindy.
Well, I can't see
Kuenzler.
without them. So
Cindy and Mike own the Four Oaks Country Club. They got a great restaurant there called Grazie's Italian Restaurant. We've talked about this before, and we just we want to get to the nitty gritty of how these dishes are prepared. And we brought in, this guy's like a rock star now. He's out there. People go over to him because it's an open kitchen concept. He has about 6 or 7 women standing in front of him all the time. All the time.
Lucky guy.
Oscar Figueroa, everybody. How are you, Oscar?
Doing great, sir.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you on with us.
Happy to be here.
You know, and you brought the boss with you.
Of course.
And the good looking one, not the other guy. You know, not the other guy. Cindy, why don't you tell folks where your property is located? And
we are at 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Dracut, Massachusetts.
nice, easy ride. For those of you who are familiar with the old Methuen Rotary, it's probably maybe about 10 minutes from there on 133. It's an easy drive. It really is. Plenty of parking. And the property, do you know how big Four Oaks Country Club is? How many acres, roughly?
Probably about 200 acres. It's 18-hole golf course. So
You guys could
200
raise
acres.
your own beef.
I don't, maybe not quite that much, but
Well, Rockingham
it's a lot of
Park,
property.
Rockingham Park, when Joe Farrell bought it, I think he bought 170 acres, but he did it in 2 segments. And what's going on at Tuscan Brands right now is mind-boggling. They opened up a hospital there. Mass General's there.
Oh,
And talk
wow.
about being convenient, because I live in Wyndham. So for me, it's a hot skip and a jump. I mean, you want to go for blood work or whatever, phew, right there. And the place is brand new. Everything is just pristine.
It is.
I
It is.
mean,
I've been up there. It's
It-
nice
it's,
development.
sure.
It's doing a nice
And there's
job.
always so much going on.
Yep.
Joe actually started with me when it was Joseph's Pasta. Joe, when he graduated from college, wanted to get into making homemade pasta, like from Italy. And he went to one bank, they refused him, went to 2 banks, refused him because he needed a stake to get going.
Mhm.
And finally, the 3rd bank took a chance with him. And from there on in, it's incredible how he keeps the most down-to-earth man you could ever want to meet. And I'm very, very proud of him. I'm very, very proud of him. So, Cindy, there are a lot of restaurants located in the Merrimack Valley. what would you say separates you from most?
I would say and not to take away from other places, but our chef here, Oscar, puts a lot of love and a lot of passion into the food. Everything he makes has a special touch.
Oh, shucks.
Just for an example, our corn chowder that he made last week.
What is it?
Corn chowder.
Okay, corn chowder.
It's not just corn out of a bag, and he cuts the corn off the cob. It's fresh.
I roasted the corn.
Roast the corn, cuts it off the cob. Then he puts it in the chowder. Then he adds bacon sometimes. Sometimes it's with bacon. Sometimes it's without. So that we can have a vegetarian dish. But sometimes he throws the bacon in, and it's delicious either way.
So no canned Green Giant, none of that stuff. You actually get the ears of corn, you roast it?
I roast it so it gets nice and sweet.
Yeah.
In the husk.
Yes. Yes.
Then he peels it after it's roasted.
Nice and sweet soup. Delicious.
Well, your specialty is soups, right?
Yes, yes.
I mean, that's where you earned your bones, right?
And I learned from Lydia, soups is always, especially when they're nice and hot. You really enjoy your appetizer when it's nice and hot soup.
Tell us a little bit of where you're from.
I'm from Guatemala. I came here in 1995. And I met Lydia that year. And
Lydia Shia, who is an absolute
she's like
legend.
She's like my Boston mother here. Cheers.
Well, altogether, I believe you had 24 or 25 years with her, right?
It's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier, Cindy, we were talking about Biba, and Lydia had Biba, and I liked it. It was a little over the top, a little bit, like with the offal. I mean, a lot of people don't like offals.
No. She like the sweetbreads and
the
stuff
sweet
like that.
breads,
Yeah.
the liver.
Yeah.
It's not for me, and I'm not knocking it. It's very nutritional.
Yeah.
But I eat with my eyes. I do.
Well, that's the other thing about Oscar's dishes. They come out looking delicious before you even taste it. The presentation is always phenomenal.
I had the best training at Viva. She always make 2 to 3 specials daily. That's why I like to do specials, because I learned,
Okay.
I was 18 years old that year. And specials are always good because the servers come to the table, have these 3 specials, and it's welcoming that, chefs offer something daily.
And the help could make or break a restaurant.
Yes.
Make or break a restaurant. So you were at Biba's with Lydia. From there, I think you went over to Lockover,
Yes.
which was at the time. You're too young to
I didn't
remember.
know
Well, you
Lockover,
can't
yeah.
remember that. No,
No.
you're too young. You were just little tyke. But Lockover, that was one of the hardest reservations to get.
Even for you?
Yeah.
Because you can get any reservation.
Shucks.
Yeah.
No, really, it was tough, and it was well deserved. It was well deserved, and I loved that restaurant. Whenever I could, we would go in. I spent more time in Boston than I did New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. And then I'm just trying to give people an idea of where you worked and what your credentials are. And this explains a lot as to what you prepare at Grazie.
Yeah.
We went over to the Charles Street, where the Charles Street jail is, the Liberty Hotel.
Escampo. Yeah, we open Escampo.
Ooh.
Lydia and I, we open Escampo. Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite. I like staying at the hotel. It's amazing. The building was put up in 1859 of Boston granite. Louis, it looks as good today as it did when they first put it up. And they took a section of cells, jail cells, and they made them into restaurants. So you could eat in the jail cell if you want, or outside in the walkway. And downstairs in the exercise yard, they put in the prettiest garden, flowers. you would never know it was a jail
Wow.
outside of the way it's configured.
Mhm.
But Lydia went in there and she opened up Scampo.
Yeah.
And you know something? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a great place. And as a matter of fact, Louis, a lot of the baseball teams that come into the city to play the Red Sox, that's where they stay.
Yep.
Because it's easy access on and off to get on Sturrow to get down to Fenway. They get a lot of athletes in there. A lot of, and what was your experience working?
So when we opened Scampo, my favorite was the open kitchen. And she introduced this mozzarella bar, all different mozzarellas with king crab, avocado. It's still on the menu now, but that was my favorite. Mozzarella with king crab leg.
Mm.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So she introduced on the
You're giving me
pizzas.
some ideas, Oscar.
I know. But open there, she always sent me there because, I made a special that day. And she's with me cooking. Fun days.
well, you know
We
something.
open
If you're not
Scampo.
enjoying what you do,
Yeah.
If you're working for a paycheck,
I used to make the desserts because I make it beautiful, and so I'm always available to help the cooks. That was the expo, the kitchen in the front, the open kitchen.
you know, I would say you've probably been in the business over 25 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you if you have children, if you had a son that's wants to follow your footsteps, what would you tell him?
Learn from the best. And like I learn from the best with Jackie Rovera, with Lydia, different chefs. The Bancroft, I worked with this chef 10 years. Mario Capone, his name.
Okay.
Learn from the best. So you had
But the hours are long.
the hours alone, you had
The
to
holidays are not yours,
you have
you
to
know
enjoy your
some-
job. Enjoy your job.
and you enjoy playing to the people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're back there rushing around and making sure everything. How many people at Grazie's do you have working in the kitchen
Right
at any
now.
given time? Just the kitchen. I know there's other events to go on,
Mhm.
and we'll talk about that, Cindy. Because if I was going to get married again,
You'd come to Grazie. Four
absolutely,
Oaks.
absolutely.
Barbara, take notes.
I'm sorry,
Just telling Barbara to take notes. If you're going to get married again.
Barbara. Oh, Barbara says hello. She's saying hi to the whole world. Hi, Nancy. Hi, her cousin, Andy Parisi. Oh, Andy had the lamb shank, and it was delicious. So he just wanted to say that. And that's outstanding. And our friend Roger Trudell. Good morning, people. It's a beautiful morning. And Barbara says, thanks, Lou. See, now you planted the seed.
I know.
Now I'm not going to have any.
Yeah.
I'm under pressure now. I'm under pressure. But getting back to if you had a son, would you recommend it?
Oh yeah.
It's a good trade.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's a specialty.
Especially if you go to the table, say hello to people, and they enjoying your food, you cook your specials.
Louis, is he loud enough for you, or you
Yeah, I'll
want?
get him.
Okay, you got him all right. but-
See, the thing with this is, in your time,
My time.
And my
Listen
time,
to this,
too.
Cindy.
I
Listen.
can't remember.
My time.
I can't remember a chef's name so closely associated with a restaurant. It's like normally we hear about a restaurant.
Yeah.
We don't know about the chef. Sometimes we meet him. Sometimes we don't. Oscar is so related to Grazie. It's like hand in hand. I've never seen a chef headline a restaurant in our area like you do.
All right. Don't let it.
Well,
No.
we have made an effort to let everyone
Absolutely.
introduce him to all the customers. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the customers come in, we make an effort to bring Oscar out onto the floor and introduce him to the regular customers. And I think they love that because it makes the customers feel good too. They like to know the chef, right? It's an open kitchen concept, so they can see him behind the line cooking. Everyone's waiting.
It's
for him
something to
come
watch
cook.
him. It's something to watch.
I'm telling you.
I mean, he
he's-
puts on a show.
yes.
You're a little bit of a ham. You know that, right? You know what a ham means? Actor. You know when your people are looking at you. You're having fun.
So
Yeah.
people sit by the salad station,
Yes, chef's bar.
chef's bar, and then I'm doing the broiler, the steaks, and they watch me season the steaks,
Mm.
and then I see they order the steaks.
Well,
Oscar's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 10 dishes going at the same time. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think
You gotta keep track of
my
everything.
time. It was funny, Lou, because I was married to Lucille for 53 years before she passed, and we would have a lot of big holidays. Every holiday was at my house, okay, and we'd have 28 to 30 people. I mean, that's a lot. And an Italian dinner, you go from soup to salad,
Oh, yeah.
the antipasto, and anyway, I'd cook a tenderloin roast. I'd get like an 8.5 to 9 pound tenderloin roast. And we wouldn't even talk to each other. My wife, Lucille, and I wouldn't even talk to each other. She would look at me. I'd nod my head. That means put the pasta in the water. The water is boiling. And my nieces brought this up a couple of weeks ago. We were out together. And she says, you guys, when you made those big dinners, you didn't even talk to each other. She knew what you were
You just
thinking.
knew.
And I had 2 stoves in the house so I could cook the roast now, because the tenderloin, it's not my favorite cut of meat, but so many people don't want to have fat. They don't want to have fat on their meat. So the tenderloin, you sear it at 500 degrees, then drop the temperature down. By the time they get done with the appetizers and whatnot, the roast is done.
Beautiful.
And then I have a little carving block. I would cut it up. The woman want 8 ounces, 10 ounces, 12 ounces. The guys want a little bigger piece.
I don't know if Oscar knows you were a butcher.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if Oscar knows you were a butcher.
I wasn't a butcher. I was never a good meat cutter, but I was a good manager.
Good.
And that was the difference.
All right, Kay wants to talk to you guys. Go ahead, Kay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing fine, thank you. How are you, Kay?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be able to speak to the owner of one of our favorite restaurants.
Well, hi, Kay. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Actually, we were there recently, and honestly, it's always such a pleasure to go there. I love the ambience, but you know what? You can't go in the spirit of the moment. There's always reservations, and that's a good thing for you.
Yeah, I definitely recommend making a reservation if you want to be guaranteed a spot.
Okay, when you go, you talk to the hostess with the mostest, Sally.
Ah,
Yeah, and Sally will take very, very good care of you. She'll put you out in the corridor somewhere in a dark room.
well, will I say I'm Mike's cousin, and that will get me near
It'll get you
the
nothing.
house.
It'll get you nothing. That's what it's going to get you. Okay, you don't live too far from from Grazie, do you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's 10 minutes. We're in the
Wow.
west end of Methuen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's so good. I'm glad you called in and made your call. Do you have a favorite dish there?
Let me say this. We go out to eat frequently.
Yeah.
I cook a lot of Italian food, not so much because I'm an aficionado, but my husband would have pasta for breakfast if I
What's
left
wrong with
him.
that?
So when I go out, filet mignon is my favorite, and at Grazie's, it's a cut above. I don't
Beautiful.
think you can make a filet at home on a grill like they make it there. It's just fabulous.
No.
It's quality.
Last time we went, I've always looked at the braised beef. Should I take a chance? I've been missing a lot. Let me tell you, it was beyond fabulous.
Well, it's
You talking about the short rib?
Yes.
Yeah.
my favorite, number
Sure,
one.
sure,
One
it's
that's
delicious.
my number one dish.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Hey Kay, I want to thank you very much for giving us the call. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kay. and
no
we-
problem.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry. It's exciting for us to be able to talk to you all there because it's a great restaurant.
And this
Well,
is the guy
we
who makes it
appreciate it.
happen right here, Oscar.
We appreciate it, and thank you for your patronage. We appreciate
Thank
your support.
you.
Thanks, Kay.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Louis, why don't we take a break? Let's listen to what our sponsors have to say, and we're going to be right back.
All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibe Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lomazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
and Mike Kuenzler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Dracut, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. Our telephone number here in the studio, if you'd like to make a comment about what you're hearing or if you've had an experience at Grazie's, we'd love to hear from you. It's 978-659-0072. Once again, 978-659-0072. Cindy, I noticed on Open Table the ratings that you guys got, and this is hard to get, let me tell you. Do you know what your ratings were?
We were at a 4.8 not too long ago. I think we slipped down to a 4.7, but that's still very hard to achieve.
Man,
So
tell me
that's out of
about
five-
it. You
out
can
of 5
restaurants that die
stars.
to have that.
Yeah, so we're pushing to get back up there. My goal is to be at a 4.9, maybe a 5. I should go for 5.
Always
5
shoot
stars,
shoot
absolutely.
the highest, baby.
That's right.
That's the way you got to do it.
But
so
I
hard because
couldn't-
nobody goes in to give good ratings. They always go in to slam the restaurants. If you can maintain a rating that high, I mean, it's
That's
really
unbelievable.
impressive.
This is
That's what
why-
I said. That's what struck me when I looked.
You know what? Something's going to go wrong every once in a while. We're all human beings, right? We're people. So people producing food, there's going to be a mistake. You know, maybe
But
the
it's a
steak's
lot
going to be.
easier.
But we like to address it then and there at the restaurant. Sometimes people leave, and then they send an email or call or put a review. And my ask would be to my customers to please let us know while you're there,
Yeah.
so that we can rectify the situation.
But to
We'll
motivate
replace your
someone-
food. We'll take it off the bill. We'll do something. You know what I mean? To make up for the error, because errors are going to happen.
But you're not seeing much of that. To motivate someone to go
We're
to one
not
of those
seeing
sites
much
and
of-
give you a 5-star, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot harder than motivating someone to go on and give a bad review. So, I mean, you guys are getting people out who are saying, God, I just love this joint, and I have to tell everybody.
Well, and we certainly appreciate it. We do work hard. I couldn't do it without the team of people that we have in place right now. You mentioned Sally earlier. I have Courtney as well in the front of the house. 2 very, very hardworking individuals,
Amiable.
and can't do
they
it
acknowledge
without
you.
them.
I think
Can't do it
Sally
without them.
knows by name at least 3/4 of your clientele, because you have a lot
Yes.
of regular. I see the same people a lot of times when I'm in there.
Courtney's a little more of the behind the scenes
Yeah.
person, not visiting the tables as much as Sally. But I'm telling you, the 2 of them together make an incredible team for my front of the house staff. So
You know
can't do it
something?
without
One
them.
thing I like is when you have a hostess that walks in between the tables, just looking to make sure everything is going right.
Yeah.
That to me,
right, it goes beyond my managers, my whole staff right now. I feel blessed right now because post-pandemic, it's been a challenge.
Oh, I
getting
can't
help
even
in
imagine.
certain areas. A little more challenging in the kitchen, but my front of the house staff right now is great. They care about the place. There's teamwork, there's camaraderie. So I want to say thank you to all my servers,
You're
all my
blessed.
support staff, my busters, my hosts. They all care about the place. They all do a great job. We can't do it without any of them. So
you know something? If you treat people, Cindy, and I know you know this, the way you like to be treated, it speaks volumes. And you're going to get so much more out of someone.
You're right. It's truly important to me that my staff is happy working there. So
Nope.
it's important to me that the staff is happy working there. And I respect everybody. I don't care what job you have there. I don't care if you're a dishwasher or the manager. I treat everybody the same. I say hello to all my staff when I walk in the building, walk through the building.
You're very well respected. I can tell you that.
Thank you.
And that's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
And when you're boss and yet you're friends, that's a delicate line. That is very balancing act. It's important. It's important. But something, you're able to pull it off. So, something, I salute you.
Thank you.
One thing, how many people can sit outside?
Well, we have 26 tables. I haven't actually.
Okay,
I don't know
26
the actual number
26
off the top
tables
of my head,
outside.
but we have
Yeah.
26 tables. We have a lot of 2-tops now. We added 2-tops in what we call the sun belt because there's no umbrellas in that area, but it's up in the front of the
You
patio.
call it the Sun Belt?
Because we have an area with umbrellas that you can get shade,
Yeah.
but this
And
area
you got somewhere underneath
is
the
out
canopy.
in the sun,
Yeah.
right? Some under the shade, some out in the sun. But we have a lot of 2-tops that we added around the fire pit area. So the patio is beautiful. I invite people up. We do not take reservations for the patio. So what we ask people to do is make a reservation inside. And if it's nice out, then we'll move you outside. If there's a table available, it's first come, first serve. And we do that because of the weather. It's very unpredictable, as we all know in New England. So if we make reservations on the patio and it winds up raining, or then somebody doesn't show up and we have an empty table and people are like, hey, how come I can't sit outside? I see a free table.
Yeah.
So, there's reasons why we don't take the reservations outside.
So the outside is almost as big as the inside as far as tables.
It's
Pretty close.
It's a good amount of tables.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of 2-tops out there now. So there's 8 2-tops around that Sunbelt
okay.
area.
All right.
So
All right. Like I said before, the sunsets.
are spectacular up there. You can't
Yeah,
you
let
can't
me-
buy
let me
those.
tell you.
I'm telling you, we're very lucky to be in the location we're in. We're elevated, so when you sit out on the patio, you see the Merrimack Valley, and the views are spectacular.
I know.
On a clear day, you can see into Boston from the patio.
You can see the Prudential. Yeah.
You can,
Yeah. On a certain, yeah.
albeit very
Absolutely.
small. But
Yeah,
it's
very
there.
small. Say, what happened
But
to the
it's there.
Prudential? It shrunk?
Yeah.
No, but you can.
You can.
What's
Yeah.
I'm curious, as an owner, what's your favorite dish?
Oh my goodness. Well,
Number one. I don't want to hear nothing
Okay,
else.
on the menu, I would say I probably go to
Why,
the
you have
salmon.
stuff prepared off the menu?
Well, he has specials all the
specials all
time.
Pray
so,
tell.
Yeah.
So, I go to the specials a lot because the specials are pretty special. Let me tell you. Right now, we have a homemade
Yeah.
corn and ricotta ravioli, which is to die for. And somebody had it one night and sent Sally a text message the next day. I can't stop thinking about the corn ravioli. So,
Why
it's-
don't you tell us how you would prepare
That's-
something like that?
Like I said before, I roast the corn. I roast the
You
corn.
roast it with the
Yeah,
husk?
Yeah, and then I cook the corn, so take all the water out.
Okay.
So it's not so the feel is nice and hold together, no go all over the place, and when you drop in the water. But when you do that, when you cook the corn, it gives the sweetness of the corn, and you mix it with the ricotta cheese. You put secret flavors.
The
in there.
ricotta's got a little bit of salt to it.
Yeah, and the sweetness. Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
And the corn. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I puree the corn, and then I also put whole pieces in there, corn pieces, corn inside the filling. So when you eat it, you have that surprise. You have corn in there, like real corn.
Wow.
piece of corn.
So
And
that's
the
an
pasta
extra.
is homemade.
Yeah,
Pasta's
So,
all
and the
homemade.
whole dish is homemade from scratch.
Now, do you have one day do you allow you make when it's a little bit quiet at the beginning of the week? You make all your pastas at one time, or you
yes.
try to, or
Tuesdays we do pasta day. Yeah, we do the Tuesdays because we use them over the week. So I have my ladies there doing little pillows or tortellini.
it must be something to see.
Oh yeah.
Wow, and it's all in knowing your business, knowing what you're going to sell on average, and being prepared. Correct? It's like
Absolutely.
anything else. You got to
Absolutely.
have the cornerstones.
So you prepare the food as it's needed as well. So when you find that you sold a lot of a certain item, then you put it on the prep list for the prep cook in the morning, and you leave the list, and the prep cook comes in, and hopefully they're.
But I'm always
you know,
involved to check the filling, make sure it's consistent, the having the right flavor in there. So I'm always make sure I make the filling.
Chef, tell us how the specials come to you. Where are the inspirations? Are they original dishes? Are they variations on dishes that you come across? Where do the inspirations come from?
Sometimes come in the same day, but my inspiration is came for a long time. I work with Lydia, and then specials is the
Comes
key.
from the heart.
Yeah, I check my fish guys. What you have for this week for specials? Like this week they told me they have halibut available, so I'm doing a halibut week. So yesterday I saw like 18 orders of halibut.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
With a preserved lemon risotto.
Yeah.
I have a hard time. I can eat a little bit of risotto, but it's so filling.
Mm-hmm. A little bit, not too
yeah,
much.
yeah. You need just enough to get the juices flowing.
A little bite of risotto with some of the halibut together.
So this week was a lobster
Delicious.
specials, lobsters the whole week, and halibut this week special.
Now you have a lobster dish that you started.
I started. Yeah.
Can you explain that? What's involved with that?
Today?
Yeah.
So the way I do this lobster is I feel it. I made this a shrimp filling with Ritz crackers and butter. A lot of butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key.
Cholesterol be damned.
But you need the butter.
Well, butter gives it the flavor.
Yeah.
So I make it lazy style, so it's easy to eat.
So it's all out of the shell. So
I keep the shell there.
If you got a nice shirt on, you're not going to get stains on it.
It's easy to eat. Yeah.
It's a beautiful presentation. The lobster is in half.
Yeah.
So the tail is just lying there. You just need a fork to take it out. Yeah. But the claw meat is all out of the shell already.
We do to order, so it's nice and tender, the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's especially the day we do it to order. Yeah.
A pound and a half lobster would yield how much meat? Do you know?
Pound and a half, maybe 6 ounces of meat. 7 pushing.
That's lucky, right?
Yeah.
6 ounces. That would be pushing it. You're pretty close. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
You know.
But the shrimp helps, to.
One question I want to ask you: hard shell, soft shell?
Right now it's hard shell.
I know, but what would you prefer to work with?
Hard shell.
Me too.
Yeah. More flavor.
That's a seasonal thing, is it not? Is it a seasonal thing?
Yeah.
The shell, because
the soft shell doesn't yield as much meat.
No.
The hard shell, that's what it's all about. Yeah. You live in the island,
I'm not a lobster guy.
Oh my God. Neither is Barbara. What's wrong with you?
For two reasons, and the chef addressed one of them. It's just too hard to eat.
Hey, Louis, you know who's saying hello? Karen.
Karen, yeah.
Yeah, there's a name from the past. Karen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Boy, she's a free spirit. I love her. She's a lot of fun. Lou, we need to take a break, and we'll come back, folks. And we got a few more things we need to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be right back.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's Seaside Italian Kitchen and Pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibe Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lomazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Today.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kuenzler,
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Dracut, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
How appropriate. Our last ad was Grazie's, and who do we have in the studio with us but the owner of Grazie, Cindy. Cindy is here. Oscar, our new rock star in the Merrimack Valley, he's got his own little groupie section. I love it. I love it. Cindy, we have a couple of things going on at Grazie's, and why don't you take them one by one and let's...
First of all, I would be very remiss not to mention my partner, Mike, who certainly can't do this without him. Very hardworking man since the day I met him, and we'll be celebrating our anniversary in a couple weeks. Married for 33 years on June 30th.
Salute.
Love you, honey.
Salute. Salute.
So
I want to know about the smoker.
Okay, so we purchased a smoker. Oscar and I went on a road trip, and we purchased a smoker up in Maine from this place up in Maine that produces these smokers, and we've been making baby back ribs, brisket.
Now you have my attention.
You've been making brisket?
And pulled pork. And these, like I said, everything Oscar touches, he puts a lot of love and a lot of passion into it.
Hours.
You don't just, it's a whole process. So Oscar, why don't you talk about the process of making the baby back ribs?
Yeah. So the baby back ribs, I put a nice rub.
Yeah. You use a dry rub, not a marinade.
Yeah,
okay.
Dry, and then I leave it overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it goes in the meat.
And let it breathe. Yeah.
And I smoke it for like 6 hours.
In the smoker.
Yeah,
Can you imagine the smell?
Oh yeah.
And now, when it's smoking, is it wrapped in the butcher paper?
No, and then no,
not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
So after 6 hours, we wrap it.
Will you let the man talk?
I'm sorry.
So after they're done, after 6 hours smoke, so I wrap them in butcher paper.
Okay.
I put a little barbecue in it, and it's still hot, barbecue in it, and I wrap them. And then I put it in the oven for another 4 hours at 225. So they get nice and tender. Yeah.
The meat just falls off the bone.
Yeah. Like 225.
Packed full of flavor.
Yeah.
Okay,
Delicious.
so this is a whole nother food culture. Did you have this in your pocket, or are you learning as you go?
We had it's a club, so we can do this for lunch, like a lunch items. Yeah. So we sell it for nighttime. Also, the baby bags people requested. Yesterday, someone requested, "You have the baby bags?" Yeah, of course, I have them. So
Oscar did use a smoker in the past. As well.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I smoke.
Okay, so you have a history.
Yes.
All right.
With Lydia with the pink and ducks, we used to smoke it for that.
How about the brisket? How do you prepare the brisket?
Brisket, I use also dry rub.
Again, the dry rub. Okay.
A lot of black pepper, garlic, and salt. Also overnight, and that I smoke it for at least 14 hours.
Oh, I was gonna say, something. I was gonna say 20.
Yeah,
so
no, 14 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and also I wrap it, and I do. If it's not cooked enough, I put in the oven for another 3 or 4 hours to finish. Nice. It's a lot of work, but it's pay off when you have a nice sandwich.
Hey, boss lady, what else is going on?
Well, I did want to mention also just about our event side of the house, because we have a phenomenal executive chef over there too, James Holloway.
Okay.
We have one of the best banquet chefs around. People come and have a special occasion there, and they say they don't feel like they ate at an event. They feel like they ate at a restaurant.
What size?
That's a huge
compliment. How many people? What's the minimum amount of people, and then the maximum?
So we have 2 ballrooms. We added a ballroom actually in 2020. We were under construction.
I remember.
We got shut down because of the pandemic for a little while, so it took a little longer. But we have a beautiful new diamond ballroom, we call it. That diamond ballroom can divide into 2 rooms. Our original ballroom, the Grand Oaks Ballroom, also divides into 2. So we have 4 showers going almost every Saturday and Sunday. And then because we have walls that come up to divide the rooms, we can take those walls down, and then we have a larger event at night. And size-wise, it all depends on, do you need a dance floor? Are you doing a buffet or a plated meal? A buffet takes up some space in the room. But the diamond room, let's say it's a plated meal, no dance floor, 180 people.
Wow.
We had Drew Bledsoe wine dinner in there, and we had 180 people in there for a plated dinner. But that's probably the largest event we've had in there. Usually it's about 100 in that room, because you need a little space for a dance floor. You need a little room for a buffet. The Grand Oaks room can fit up to 100 people with a dance floor and a buffet.
Can they be combined?
The 2 rooms you can do an exclusive use of the club
Right.
and purchase both rooms.
See, Mikey does big events. 100 people isn't going to do it.
So you can
We
have,
used to do a lot of dinner shows.
Yeah.
And Lou was involved in them. He emceed one.
Yeah.
And it went over so well. You know, it's just finding the time. That's the biggest problem I have. But I would love to get back to that. And, you know, having him as my sidekick, I could have a ball. You know, there used to be a hotel called the Wyndham Andover. And that's where I used to take the whole ballroom. And I used to get in trouble with the fire marshal all the time. You stop selling tickets. I'm going to close you down. I mean, we had, the last one we did, we had 385 people.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was really nice. Wow. What else is going on, Cindy?
Well, that's
what is your function? What do you do besides just look
I
pretty?
do whatever I need to do to get the job done. Whatever it is.
So you have a banquet manager?
I have worn many hats while there. I'm the HR person, payroll. I've been a manager of the restaurant. I've been involved in the event side, running the events and managing the events. So I do a lot. I oversee our beverage cart staff and scheduling that, and our we have in-house laundry cleaning staff. I manage
You
those.
do your own linens?
We do our own linens in-house. And you know why? And this was my husband's
I'm
idea.
sure you're going to tell me. Why?
My great idea, hon. But we brought our own linens in. We have quality. We have control of the quality. We have control of the process. So we know we're going to have clean linens. They're going to be ready and they're going to be there. And so if our customer wants pink napkins, guess what? They're all going to be the same color, because when you sometimes you rent napkins and they come in and they're different shades because they've bought new ones over time, and then some of them have different edging sometimes.
Wow.
They just, you know what I mean? So
And some have been washed 100 times.
the
some have
same
been washed
color,
20.
same edges. We get them from the
That's
same
incredible.
company.
I would have never thought that in a million years.
Yep.
Barbara Cody says to say happy anniversary.
Thank you, Barbara.
Mike and Cindy.
Thank you.
She's a good woman. She's my companion, and we're having a nice ride together. So that's a good thing.
Glad to hear that.
That's a good thing.
You know what? You got to enjoy life. It's short.
So you have an event manager?
I have an event director, an event manager, 2 coordinators. I have an office assistant. We have an intern working this summer. That's just in my event department, manage-wise.
Wow.
So we've been building up a team.
Yeah,
of people.
I can see that.
Our events are growing. Since we added on the second ballroom, our events are growing. That ballroom sells itself. I mean, it is beautiful. It's a beautiful ballroom.
I've been in it.
And our original Grand Oaks ballroom is also very stunning and beautiful. It's got a wedding ceremony outside, a waterfall, a fire pit, an overhang. So you come around after having your wedding ceremony, and you have a nice overhang where you can have a cocktail reception outside. You go right up to the windows under the overhang, and the windows are operable at the bars. So you can order a cocktail right outside on the patio.
Really? So weddings are very popular, I'm sure.
Yep, weddings are popular.
You know, it's the whole property. I mean, just driving up the road is so pristine. The houses that are on the sides, just beautiful. It's lovely. It's lovely.
We hired a guy to just do our landscaping around the building, and he does a phenomenal job.
The flowers, my aching head.
Yep.
I mean, the place looks pristine.
He does he makes us look like $1 million. I thank him every day.
I love working in
Thank
the
you,
yard.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Anybody else you want to give a shout out without, you don't want to forget anybody, I know.
Well, you know, my head golf pro, Tony, Mary Wilkinson, who's also a golf pro, and she has become my office manager, but she is by trade, she's a golf pro, and that's where she started.
Do you play?
I don't play yet. Someday.
When you have time?
Someday when I have time.
When you retire?
Yeah.
That's good.
Someday.
So what do you think? You like being on with us?
Of course.
You know how to do it again, right? You know what
Gotta
the
bring some food.
You know what the password is.
We'll bring some food next time.
You know?
We'll be bringing some
something
food.
from the smoker,
We'll make it up
please.
to you next time you come to Grazie.
I don't want nothing for nothing. I never have.
No, I bring
speak.
something from the smoker. I want something.
Oh.
I want something from the, yeah.
He's not shy.
No, don't be shy.
He's not. He'll tell you exactly what's what.
This isn't a money-making business. The food helps.
So I just want to say real quick, right now the pulled pork is on the menu. The ribs and the brisket aren't always on the menu, but we're going to probably put them on the menu.
There's nothing like a good pulled pork. Are you using the pork shoulder?
Yes.
Is that the same as a pork butt? Is that the same cut?
Shoulder, the same you already have sometimes, you know.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Most
The only thing is, like with a pork butt, like I throw it in the sauce. I put meatballs. I make meatballs, sausage, and I'll get a piece of pork butt, like 6 pounds, and I put it in there, and I let that sucker cook for about 4 or 5 hours. Oh man, let me tell you, open up a bottle.
Be a chef now.
Open up a
Yeah, you
bottle.
want to come cook for us?
Open up a bottle of wine. Gee, let me tell you, sister, it's unbelievable.
Slow
It's
cooker,
unbelievable.
slow cooker with a pork butt and a bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Of what?
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forget of Dr. Pepper.
Just dry rub it, put it in with the Dr. Pepper, like 7 hours on low.
Oh, you're serious? You use
I'm
Dr.
serious.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that before, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like the taste of Dr. Pepper. I had it when I was a kid. I never.
All the sweetness goes out. It's nice.
Website.
www.fouroakscountryclub.com.
That's it.
That's
All
it.
the information you're going to look for is going to be there, right, Louis?
Yeah, if you're looking for dining, just click on the dining tab. It'll bring you over to our Grazie page, and yeah.
Well, you guys are doing an outstanding job, and it's not an easy business to shine in. And
Thank you.
You know something?
Thank you so much.
Your footprint is getting bigger and bigger, and more people are trying you. And I want to thank everybody for listening in today. Andy Parisi, she's the best. Oh, wow. You got somebody in your fan club. That's great. Louis, why don't we wrap it up and we'll call it a day. And next week, Rico Barr. Rico Barr is going to be in the studio with us.
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to that. That man has been entertaining for about 60 years in the Merrimack Valley. Not only is he a good lawyer, but his love is music. And he's very good. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.